Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. All right, man, I had to go down the road to our dog has exploding disc in his back, and seems like every 2 years it's about when it happens, and it was September 2 years ago that it happened last time, so had to get him down to his doctor, and that's way down the road where it's affordable. Um, and now I got about a 100-mile drive to get back home tonight, so I have my live stream at 9 o'clock, so I got to bust a hump. And while the wife's finishing the paperwork and stuff, I'm going to go ahead and take care of my business here. All right, so Mike McCarthy was talking about D-Law and said that D-Law actually hurt his knee in the game and ended up having 28 snaps. So maybe that's part of the reason why he didn't have quite as good a game as we would have liked. And Mike Nolan, of course, was talking about the pass rush and said that, each game is kind of different and that coordination is part of the problem. And I think we touched on that during the live stream because there were a couple times where you got great pressure. See, here's the thing you got to understand, and I say this all the time. You have to understand that you can have 10 guys do the right thing. If one guy does the wrong thing, it fails. And see, with pass rushing, and much like with, like kickoff coverage, you got to make sure that you attack equally. If you've got great edge rushers, that's great. But if they get up the field and you've got nothing in the middle, then the quarterback can just step right up and have a clear field of view. The pass rush gets caught up in the wash and can't get around. That's where you have to have those guys in the middle that can hold the front and push forward. And most quarterbacks can't stand having pressure in their face. Tom Brady, every time in the Super Bowl, he's had that pressure in his face, has wilted. So that's what he's talking about, where they have to have better coordination with the defensive line, or the four guys rushing together. And that'll take time because when you think about, Tristan Hill's down in there, you got Gillimore, who's also, rookie that's up in there. You got Aldon Smith, who's now playing multiple positions and has been out. And I dare say, here's the thing I'm going to say about Aldon Smith, because people are like, well, he kind of disappeared this week. Yeah, I want you to understand, I'm an old man. And if I haven't exercised in a while and I do some exercise like this week, I'm going to be sore for about the next week or more. And when you think about him having not played for 5 years, playing like a wild man, you know how sore that brother probably was on Monday? You know how worn out he probably was physically? And then to have the whole tooth. He had something with, he went to the dentist on Wednesday, so he didn't practice. I can see that him being worn out. And D-Law, of course, if he's got a knee injury, well, that kind of hurts a bit too. I think they'll get things together better in time. It's just going to be that it's going to take some time. Now, in other news, John Fossil talking about the fake punt. We always complain about Jason Garrett not taking risks. Well, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Because right now, you see Mike McCarthy is taking a risk everywhere. And to do two fake punts, I don't know about anybody that's done two fake punts in a game before. I don't remember one, but hey, if as long as it leads to victory, go right ahead. But he was talking about the punter's pass, and he said, he really passes well. It was just a little bit short, but I'm sure next time he'll get it right. Next time? Next time. So you got no fear of calling a fake punt again? Is that what you're telling me? Okay. I see where you're going there. Okay. And before I hit the road, because I got 2 hours of driving to do, one final note. The Dallas Cowboys have also made some other history. Or should I say the Atlanta Falcons? Because 440 times, a team has been up 39 points or more and not had a turnover. Until last night, not a single one of them had lost. The Atlanta Falcons, before that Super Bowl, nobody had given up more than a 10-point lead. And I think that was the Denver Broncos going against the Washington football team when Doug Williams had a second quarter that was unbelievable. So to go from 28 to 3 and lose it, that's crazy. Now, I'm going to give you one more piece before I get out of here. Mike McCarthy. It's kind of like Frank Wright. I don't know if you know Frank Wright, the coach of the Indianapolis Colts. He was quarterback at the University of Maryland, and he led at the time, I don't know if it still is, the biggest come-from-behind victory in the history of college football. I don't know if it still stands or not. But he also led the biggest comeback in the history of professional football as well. And sometimes you get guys that just kind of do that. Because, this was a 20-point deficit that the Cowboys overcame, which is only second to the 21-point deficit that the Cowboys have faced. That's pretty historic. But I want to remind you that Mike McCarthy is the same coach that was on the other sideline against us when we were up 26-3. 26-3. Yeah. Against the Green Bay Packers, being led not by Aaron Rodgers, the bad man. No. By Matt Flynn. Yeah. So Mike McCarthy's got that on his resume. Beating the Dallas Cowboys with a 23-point deficit. 23-point deficit. Now, he's got taking the Dallas Cowboys coming from behind with a 20-point deficit. I don't want to go through too many games like that where we just look like Michael Gallup's game-saving catch part. Ass, as Philly 500 would say. I don't want to have too many games that we play ass in the first half like we did and come back and win. I want to see this offensive juggernaut come out from Jump Street, jump on people, and beat the crap out of them. You see how much gray happened, right? That's yesterday. But at least we came back with the victory. All right, y'all. I got to hit the road. Hopefully I'll be back by 8:15 so I can get everything set up for the live stream, because I know you guys want to talk about what else? The Dallas Cowboys. All right. Saddle up. Lock and load. Looks like she's already saddled up. Saddle up. Lock and load, y'all. It's time to hit the road and don't come back.